Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 2nd and 3rd of June 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is, Rudra M2 air-to-surface missile recently seen in the news is developed by which organization? Here answer is A option, DRDO, the Defense Research and Development Organization. Recently it has successfully flight tested the Rudram 2 air-to-surface missile from a Su-30 Mk1 aircraft off the coast of Odisha. And the test met all the objectives, validating its propulsion, control and the guidance system. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh praised the achievement, and Rudram 2 is a solid propelled missile that would definitely enhance the armed forces capabilities by utilizing the advanced DRDO technologies. Okay, so this missile belongs to DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization. Here our keyword would be missile, and now let's see some of the important missiles that came into news these days. The first one is, which country recently conducted a successful test of ASMPA supersonic cruise missile? This test has been conducted by the country France. Bulava intercontinental ballistic missile recently seen in the news is developed by which country? Bulava missile has been developed by the country Russia. Rampage missile recently seen in the news developed by which country? Rampage missile has been developed by the country Israel. Recently which country has tested the Pyolgi 1-2 anti-aircraft missile? Answer is North Korea. What is the official name of Israel's operation for intercepting drones and missiles that were launched by Iran? So to combat the drones and missiles that were launched by Iran in the previous days, Israel had launched the operation named as Operation Iron Shield. Right? Next is, recently FICCI organized the Cold Chain and Logistics Summit at which place? So the FICCI organized the Cold Chain and Logistics Summit in New Delhi to promote the collaboration and innovation in India's perishable goods industry, where Ministry of Commerce and Industry highlighted the importance of redefining the logistics for various sectors including the pharma, food, oil and the flowers. So over 250 delegates from diverse industries are participating. Basic aim is to develop an integrated, sustainable and efficient cold chain ecosystem. Okay, so FICCI has organized the Cold Chain and Logistics Summit in New Delhi. Let's talk about some important summits that were in news. First one is, recently where was the 33rd Arab League Summit held? Here answer would be Manama in the country Bahrain. Okay. Next is, recently where was an inaugural summit on clean cooking in Africa held? Answer is Paris. Recently where was the World Hydrogen Summit and Exhibition 2024 held? This summit took place in Rotterdam in the country Netherlands. Recently where was the Critical Minerals Summit 2024 held? Answer is New Delhi. Recently where was the World Future Energy Summit 2024 organized? Answer is Abu Dhabi. Okay. Which ministry recently inaugurated the Summer Fiesta 2024 at the National Bal Bhavan? Correct answer here is Ministry of Education, that is B option. And Department of School Education and Literacy, which works under Ministry of Education, has inaugurated the Summer Fiesta at National Bal Bhavan, New Delhi. This is a 1 month long campaign that is from 29th of May to 28th of June, and it offers 30 activities for children who are aged between 5 to 16 years. So here it emphasized the importance of extracurricular activities, and there they encouraged curiosity and exploration. Workshops include, for example, Odissi dance, yoga, calligraphy and music, which provides the diverse opportunities for the skill development. Right? So Ministry of Education has inaugurated the Summer Fiesta 2024 at the National Bal Bhavan. Now let's see some important ministries that came into news. The first question is, Indian Computer Emergency Response Team recently seen in the news is a functional organization of which ministry? Here answer is Ministry of Electronics and IT. So India's Computer Emergency Response Team has warned about a high severity vulnerability in the Google Chrome for the desktops. Fine. So talking about CERT, it is the National Agency for Computer Security Incidents that works under Ministry of Electronics and IT. Basic aim here is to secure Indian cyberspace, and it is operational since January 2004. It is responsible for responding to and mitigating the cybersecurity threats in India. Okay, so it is a functional organization of Ministry of Electronics and IT. Which government organizations recently involved in the MOU for providing the e-migrate services through common service centers? Correct answer here is Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Electronics and IT, and the CSC E-Governance Services India Limited. Okay, actually a memorandum of understanding has been signed between the Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Electronics and IT along with Common Service Center E-Governance Services India Limited. Why? To integrate the e-migrate services into the CSCs. Basic aim here is to assist the blue collar workers heading to immigration check required countries, and the project streamlines the e-migration process online, and it connects the foreign employers, recruitment agents and the insurance companies. So this collaboration enhances the accessibility and it promotes the legal migration. Okay. Recently, the National Council for Cement and Building Materials Incubation Center was inaugurated by which ministry? It has been inaugurated by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Shallow Aquifer Management Model recently launched in Telangana is part of which scheme of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs? So recently the Shallow Aquifer Management Model has been launched in Telangana, and it is the part of Amrut scheme that works under Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. What is the full form of Amrut? It stands for Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, that is I4C, recently seen in the news, is operated under which ministry? It works under Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. Next is Earth Cloud Aerosol and Radiation Explorer Earth Care Satellite Mission, recently seen in the news, is a joint venture between which two space agencies? So this Earth Care mission is a joint effort of European Space Agency and the Japan's Space Agency, that is JAXA. Basic aim here is to understand the interplay between the clouds, aerosols and radiation that are crucial for the Earth's radiation balance amid the climate crisis. So the Sun Synchronous Orbit mission uses the instruments like atmospheric lidar and a cloud profiling radar. Clouds and aerosols significantly influence the heat budget of Earth, which affects the climate through their roles in reflecting the sunlight and trapping the radiation. So human activities notably impact the aerosol level, right? So here correct answer is European Space Agency and the JAXA. Now let's talk about some important satellites that were in news. The first question is, recently the researchers of which country developed a tiny wooden satellite named as LignoSat? Correct answer here is Japan. Many times we have talked about LignoSat, and Japanese researchers have developed the world's first wooden satellite, that is LignoSat, in collaboration with NASA and JAXA. Okay, so this tiny cuboid craft, which is made from resilient magnolia wood, will be launched by a SpaceX rocket. LignoSat aims to reduce the space clutter and promote the environmentally friendly space activities. So unlike traditional aluminum satellites, LignoSat will burn harmlessly upon re-entry, which would prevent harmful particle release, and it would allow the electromagnetic waves to pass through easily. Okay, so Japan country has developed a tiny wooden satellite first time, and the name of this satellite is LignoSat. Which space organization has recently launched a tiny satellite to measure the heat that were lost from the Earth's pole? So this is NASA. NASA has launched this very small satellite so that they can measure the heat that is lost from Earth's pole. Recently, which country developed the world's first satellite series named as Tiantong 1? So it has been unveiled by the country China. Quick 2, which is a relay satellite recently launched by which country? It is a relay satellite of country China. Pars 1 satellite recently seen in the news launched by which country? Answer would be Iran. Okay. Next is, recently the researchers of which country developed a tiny wooden satellite named as Lignosat? Just we have talked about it. Answer would be C option, that is Japan. Okay. Don't forget that it is the world's first wooden satellite. You can also be asked about the name of the first wooden satellite. Answer would be Lignosat. Now in the next slide we will see some of the important international current affairs. First question is, which country has recently assumed the chair of the Colombo process for the term 2024 to 2026? This is the country India. Okay, India assumed the chair of the Colombo process for 2024 to 26. It is their first time since 2003, and the Colombo process, which is a regional consultative platform for managing overseas employment and labor, includes 12 Asian member states like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. India is a founding member and it focuses on skill recognition and ethical recruitment. So United Nations International Organization for Migration supports this process. Okay, so correct answer here is India. Recently, National Archives of India successfully completed a first of its kind project to archive historical documents of the Indian diaspora in which country? This is the country Oman. Recently, which country has pledged to provide military support to Ukraine worth 1 billion euros, that is $1.08 billion this year? So it is the country Spain. Spain has pledged to provide this much amount to the country Ukraine. ZiG currency recently seen in the news is a new gold backed currency launched by which country? ZiG is the new currency of Zimbabwe country. Recently, Gitanas Noseda has been re-elected as the president of which country? He is the newly elected president of the country Lithuania. Fine. Next question is, recently the Tata Consultancy Services, that is TCS, has entered a strategic partnership with which institute to develop India's first quantum diamond microchip imager? So this is the IIT Bombay, that is C option. IIT Bombay has partnered with TCSY to develop India's first quantum diamond microchip imager, and it aligns with the National Quantum Mission. So this imager uses the nitrogen vacancy centers in diamonds to detect and characterize the anomalies in the semiconductor chips, and it enables the non-invasive, non-destructive magnetic field imaging of semiconductor chips, which is similar to an MRI in the hospitals. Okay, so TCS has entered into a strategic partnership with IIT Bombay so that they can develop India's first quantum diamond microchip imager. Now let's see some important current affairs regarding first in news. The first question is, state-owned GAIL India Limited recently launched their first green hydrogen plant in which region of Madhya Pradesh? GAIL has recently launched its first green hydrogen plant in Vijaypur in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Who has become the first Indian gymnast to win a gold medal at the 2024 Asian Gymnastics Championship? This is Deepa Karmakar. Okay, Deepa Karmakar is the first Indian gymnast to win a gold medal at this championship. You have to tell me what was the venue for this championship. Please write your answer in the comment section. We have talked about it already. Recently, the world's first 100% biodegradable pen has been launched in which country? Answer would be India. Recently, which airport has made history by becoming the first airport in India to achieve the zero waste to landfill accolade? This is Thiruvananthapuram International Airport. Recently, which Indian created history by becoming the first Indian space tourist? Answer would be Gopi Thotakura. Okay, he is the first Indian space tourist. Which day is observed as Hindi Journalism Day every year? So Hindi Journalism Day is observed every year on 30th of May, and with this we celebrate the legacy and societal contributions of Hindi journalism. It honors the pioneers like Pandit Jugal Kishore Shukla, who published the first Hindi newspaper named as Udant Martand in the year 1826 in Kolkata. Okay, so this weekly newspaper marked a revolutionary step with its first issue printing 500 copies addressing the news needs of Hindi speaking community. Okay, so when do we observe the Hindi Journalism Day? Every year. Answer is 30th of May. Let's see some important days and themes. Which day is celebrated as World Hemophilia Day every year? World Hemophilia Day is observed every year on 17th of April. Which day is celebrated as the World Art Day every year? Answer is 15th of April. Which day is celebrated as International Day of Conscience every year? Answer is 5th of April. Which day is celebrated as World Theatre Day every year? Answer is 27th of March. Which day is celebrated as National Civil Service Day every year? Answer is 21st of April. Next is National Skill Development Corporation recently collaborated with which organization to advance the skill development and lifelong learning in India and globally? Correct answer here is International Labour Organization. The National Skill Development Corporation and the International Labour Organization formed a strategic partnership to boost the skill development globally, and this collaboration aims to empower the individuals with essential competencies for employability and economic growth. So this MOU was signed by NSDC CEO Vedmani Tiwari and the International Labour Organization, which underscores a commitment to talent development through effective policies and the implementation of Skill India Digital Hub. Okay, so NSDC has collaborated with International Labour Organization so as to advance the skill development and lifelong learning in India and globally. Headquarter of ILO lies in Geneva, Switzerland. Now let's see some important organizations that came into news. The first one is, which organization recently released the Asia Pacific Employment and Social Outlook 2024 report? So this is International Labour Organization. Also, according to ILO, there would be a slight decrease in the global unemployment with a projected rate of 4.9% in the year 2024. Okay, and despite this improvement, the agency warns of slow progress in addressing the inequalities, and the report indicates that the unemployment rate is expected to remain stable at 4.9% in the year 2025. This update offers a more optimistic outlook for the global employment prospect in the coming year. You can be simply asked that according to ILO, the global unemployment rate is expected to fall slightly to what percent in 2024? Answer would be 4.9%. Which organization recently hosted the Pragati 2024, that is Pharma Research in Ayurgyan and Techno Innovation, at the India Habitat Center? Correct answer is CCRAS, full form is Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences. Recently, which organization released a report titled as Water for Shared Prosperity? This report has been published by World Bank. Recently, which space organization announced the plans to build the first railway station on the moon for efficient payload transportation? Answer is NASA. Global report on internal displacement, that is GRID 2024, recently published by which organization? Answer would be Geneva based IDMC, means Internal Displacement Monitoring Center. Next is, which Indian mountaineer has recently made history by becoming the first person to scale Mount Everest and Mount Lhotse twice in one season? This is a very important question, and correct answer here is Indian mountaineer Satyadeep Gupta. Okay, he achieved a historic feat by becoming the first person to climb the Mount Everest and Mount Lhotse twice in one season. Also, he set the record for being the fastest traverse from Mount Everest to Mount Lhotse, completing it in just 11 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, so he is accompanied by guides and he summited Mount Everest on 21st of May, followed by Mount Lhotse on 22nd of May, marking the first double dual ascent in a single season. Okay, so correct answer here is C option, Satyadeep Gupta. Let's see some important personalities that came into news. Recently, who has been appointed as the chairperson of the Committee A at 77th World Health Assembly? This is Apurva Chandra. Apurva Chandra is the new chairperson of the Committee A at 77th World Health Assembly. Who has become the first Indian gymnast to win a gold medal at the 2024 Asian Gymnastics Championship? This is Deepa Karmakar. She has won the gold medal. Okay. Aarti, who recently received the Amal Clooney Women's Empowerment Award, belongs to which district of UP? She belongs to Bahraich district of UP. Recently, she has received the Amal Clooney Women's Empowerment Award. Recently, who became the oldest woman to climb the Mount Everest? This is Jyoti Ratre. Okay. And last is, recently, who has won 2024 Italian Open title in the women's category? This is Iga Swiatek. And you have to tell me who is the winner in the men's category. Please write your answer in the comment section if you remember. Now last question is, how much sovereign loan has been sanctioned by the Asian Development Bank to India in the year 2023? So Asian Development Bank has sanctioned $2.6 billion in sovereign lending to India in 2023, and this loan will fund urban development, power sector promotion, industrial corridor development, horticulture support, connectivity enhancement, and the climate resilience building. The sovereign loans are given to the Indian government for various projects in across the states, and ADB aims to drive India's structural transformation, job creation, infrastructure development, green growth, and social inclusiveness, including the funding for Visakhapatnam Chennai industrial corridor. Okay. So here correct answer is $2.6 billion. ADB has sanctioned this much amount to India in the year 2023. Now let's see some banking related current affairs. First question is, which bank has recorded the highest growth rate last fiscal in terms of total business among the public sector banks in financial year 24? This is the Bank of Maharashtra. Okay. Airbus Helicopters recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which bank for helicopter financing in India? This is SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India. Which bank has recently launched the Pixel Pay, which is India's first virtual credit card? It is the HDFC Bank. They have launched the India's first virtual credit card named as Pixel Pay. Also, HDFC Bank was in news because it is the first private bank to open a branch in Lakshadweep. Okay, till now only government banks were authorized to operate in Lakshadweep, but now HDFC is the first private bank to open their branch in Lakshadweep. Recently, which bank has signed an agreement with Tata Power Solar Systems to provide the loans under the PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana? This is the Indian Bank. And the last question is, recently, which bank launched the Flash Pay for contactless payment? It is the Federal Bank. Okay, they have launched the Flash Pay for contactless payments. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenu Hadsana signing off.